Empowerment is both process and outcome. As a process, it is the authority given to others to perform tasks or fulfill roles. As an outcome, it describes the intended end goal of empowering people to perform specific tasks and roles. Empowerment is one of the most effective and potent tools available to any leader. So let's go through the 5 best lessons of empowerment. Firstly, go where people gather. If where people gather, you don't go. The focus of leadership empowerment should be other people. However, the biggest barrier to empowerment of people is the leadership comfort zone. It is all too easy for leaders to become accustomed to preaching to the choir and work themselves into a comfortable routine by doing things and going to places that are unchallenging or undemanding. However, that is not where growth is, and it is equally unlikely to be where those in the greatest need can be found. Those in leadership positions need to widen their circle of influence and make themselves both available and accessible to those who need them most. That may well require redefining boundaries and going over and above to be impactful. Second, be prepared to see those that you empower move further and faster than you. Leaders must be willing to accept that while empowering others, those that the leader empowers may progress further and faster than them. If leaders are unwilling to accept that possibility, not only will they be unable to effectively empower others, but they will also not be fit to lead in any meaningful capacity at all. At a fundamental level, leadership is about service, and service requires selflessness, and selflessness requires humility. For the avoidance of doubt, leadership empowerment is about cultivation, not competition. Third, as a leader, do not issue prescriptions if you're not prepared to take your own medicine. In simple terms, leaders should own their advice. There are few things more discouraging to those who look to others for leadership than to know that the advice sought is really acted upon by those who issue it. A rule of thumb here is that those in positions of leadership should not ask others to do things that they are not willing to do themselves, and not ask others to do anything that they would not be willing to do first. Nothing is more damaging to the brand of leadership credibility than the perception that those in leadership freely say one thing but actively do something else. Fourth, do not tell people what to think. Explain to them how you know. In leadership, one of the most effective ways to empower others is to inspire them with insight from shared experience rather than impersonal rhetoric. People want to connect with the like-minded who have lived their experience and walked in their shoes. With leadership empowerment, familiarity matters. When people fail, they want a leader with a compelling backstory who can connect with them on a very personal level and walk them through the process of recovery. It is hard for someone who has no experience of failure to have the patience for it. Fifth, know when it is time for others to be heard. Sometimes the most effective and compelling way to empower others is to recognize when they need to hear a different voice. In leadership, there is an ever-present danger that leaders make it about themselves at the expense of others. However, a leader should be obsessively focused on the end goal, not their ego. Therefore, if stepping aside will achieve the desired outcome, then a leader should be willing to serve the needs of the greater good. So those are the 5 best lessons on leadership empowerment. Subscribe to Believenomics on YouTube, like and share this video across your social platforms. Please also follow Believenomics on Twitter and Instagram if you have accounts on those platforms. And if you want to read more about the issues covered in this video, please head over to Paul Oladinika on medium.com, where I post a new blog once a week. Thanks again for watching.